We now have only 6 months until Tim Cook walks out, says
good morning,
and reveals the brand new iPhone 17 series, including the regular 17, the new 17 Air, the 17 Pro, and the 17 Ultra. And based on the 10 leaks I'm gonna go through in this video, you probably are gonna wanna wait to upgrade. Trust me. Jumping right into leak number 1, we have the most important change of all, and that's the first major redesign of the back of the iPhone since probably the iPhone 11. Back in November, Wayne Ma reported that the Pro models would feature a brand new part aluminum and part glass design on the back, with the top section coming with a brand new rectangular camera bump made fully out of aluminum instead of 3D glass, and the bottom remaining glass in order to support wireless charging. This actually makes a lot of sense, seeing as Apple's recent M4 iPad Pro switched to an aluminum camera bump. Now jumping into leak number 2, the actual apparent iPhone 17 Air design has leaked according to this component leak from Majin Buu, who isn't the most reliable source, but he has gotten some things right in the past. And just looking at this design, I honestly think it looks pretty cool, sort of like the Pixel 9 Pro, which I actually really like. I think it's one of the best camera bump designs that we've gotten in the last couple of years. Now moving on to leak number 3, we are getting a huge upgrade on the front of the new iPhone 17 series. The iPhone 17 is gonna come with a new 24 megapixel front camera with a 6 plastic lens element design. Now this by itself is a major upgrade because we've had a 12 megapixel selfie cam since the iPhone 11, and it just doesn't give you very nice selfies anymore, especially compared to the competition. Just look at how soft and noisy it is at night. And based on all the new rumors, the entire iPhone 17 lineup is gonna be getting this. So if you choose to wait to upgrade, you will not regret it. And now moving on to leak number 4, we have the telephoto camera that's finally getting upgraded with a 48 megapixel sensor. And I am super excited for this because it's gonna give Apple a triple 48 megapixel camera system for the first time. The current 12 megapixel telephoto was literally the #1 reason why the iPhone lost to the S25 Ultra in our camera comparisons that we did. And the quality is so lackluster right now that you actually get better quality 5x portrait shots by snapping a 1x portrait and cropping in compared to a 5x telephoto portrait like you can see in this example. Now for leak number 5, if you're someone who likes to buy the regular model iPhones instead of the Pros, this is gonna be one of the biggest updates for you in years. Both the regular iPhone 17 and 17 Air are gonna be getting the 120Hz Pro Motion display feature for the first time ever. And I personally can never go back to a 60Hz phone again after using 120Hz on iPhone Pro models for years now. Everything is just so smooth, including animations like for the dynamic island and for the camera control, and especially for reading text while scrolling and swiping between pages. So this is a must. Now for leak number 6, this one I'm really excited about because we're getting a new scratch resistant and anti-reflective display. According to Instant Digital on Weibo, we are now getting that new upgraded anti-reflectivity layer, which kind of matches the description of Corning's Gorilla Glass Armor, which is by far my favorite thing about the Galaxy S24 Ultra and now the S25 Ultra with the second version of that new glass. It's just insane. And looking at the difference between the current iPhone and the new S25 Ultra in terms of reflectivity and getting rid of glare and reflections from lights, it's a massive difference, and especially if you're trying to watch video with nice contrast. Now moving on to number 7, we're gonna be getting the A19 and A19 Pro chips in these phones. Yes, it's gonna be the 3rd generation 3nm. It's not gonna be 2nm yet, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal for performance and efficiency, but we will get more optimizations, so we'll have some more improvements in battery life and performance. Even now, the performance we have for gaming is already super impressive according to Dame Tech on YouTube, showing this iPhone, destroying the S25 Ultra's new Snapdragon 8 Elite chip in terms of basically every game, especially if you consider the temperatures and the iPhone running at higher resolution. The biggest issue for all these phones is actually the heat dissipation, which brings us into leak number 8. The entire new iPhone 17 lineup is rumored to be getting better cooling systems with new internal layouts and designs, with a new thermal heat spreader with graphene sheets built in. The craziest leak actually came in August from Ming-Chi Kuo, reporting that the iPhone 17 Pro Max will exclusively get a new cooling system combining vapor chamber technology with graphene sheets, while the rest of the 17 series will just get the sheets alone. This is huge, and it points to Apple potentially giving the Pro Max model new exclusive features and better performance, maybe even its own unique chip like the A19 Ultra, which sounds insane, but Ming-Chi Kuo also said that the Pro Max would have better AI performance than the rest of the 17 models, and that's why I thought Apple might call this the iPhone 17 Ultra, especially if it's the only one that gets 12 gigs of RAM, which is actually leak number 9. Back in August, Ming-Chi Kuo said that only the iPhone 17 Pro Max model would get 12 gigs of RAM, while the rest of them will continue to get 8 gigabytes, which is really weird for Apple to do since the Pro models always have the same amount of RAM, once again hinting at a new Ultra model. The only problem is that Jeff Pu later said that both the Pro models will be getting 12 gigs, so we'll have to see who is correct in terms of this RAM leak, but it's really exciting to get that much RAM in an iPhone, more than what we've had in Macs for years up until recently when Apple bumped them up to 16 gigs. And finally, for leak number 10, one of the ways Apple is going to try and improve profit margins and battery life is by creating their own custom Wi-Fi and Bluetooth combo chip that they're going to be putting into at least one iPhone 17 model this year, according to the rumors. Now, this is going to cost Apple a lot less than what they're paying Qualcomm for their Wi-Fi chips, and since Apple is going to be designing this one themselves, they'll be able to fine-tune the chip itself, the iPhone's hardware, and the software together to basically work as a team to use the least amount of power and be much more reliable, as well as potentially enabling new custom features in the future. So with all of those 10 leaks and rumors, I think everyone should absolutely wait for the new iPhone 17 series because it's going to be much better than people think. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe above for more like this one and check out one of our recent camera comparisons right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.